Hello everybody. Welcome to Unit 5. This is on the Enlightenment, which is Chapter 16 in our textbook, The West. Here. Couple of things for this unit. First of all, as I sort of reminded you before last week on the general notion about studying, got to do the reading, all right? So it's fine to look at the questions initially, okay? I don't mind that, but do the reading, because that's really what is the essence here. The essence is not just Googling the answers and picking something off of the internet. That doesn't really do you any good, and it's not going to do your grade any good, because I really want to encourage everybody to get as much as possible out of the course. Now, okay, in that line, the Unit 5, the Enlightenment, is perfect, because this is the unit that introduces the notion of progress. Now, you might think progress has been an eternal idea of humans, but in fact it isn't. It's actually very recent, and it's one of the most important advances of modern times, the belief in progress. And it goes along with part of the changes that we're seeing over this 500-year period that we're looking at from the Renaissance on. Remember, we started with the Renaissance, then the Reformation, then the Scientific Revolution, and now in the Enlightenment, which is really built on the Scientific Revolution. And all four of those movements, Renaissance, Reformation, Scientific Revolution, and then Enlightenment, have a common postulate, which is this: the world changes. The universe is changing. It is not immutable. The immutability of the universe is a cardinal belief of many religious systems, including medieval Catholicism, and it was through humanism, science, and the Enlightenment that really the idea started to develop that the world changes. Now, we had the Copernican revolution back in the Scientific Revolution. Sometimes the Enlightenment is also referred to, or parts of it, as the second Copernican revolution. That comes to do with Kant, Immanuel Kant, and his idea, essentially putting reason at the center of our relationship with the universe, reason and not faith or religious belief. Anyway, in this chapter, you're going to be looking at a bunch of different things, okay? The idea that progress is not only possible, but is something that is practical and has a real optimistic bias in it that was not present previously. You should be able to understand the arguments of some of the major Enlightenment philosophers, including Locke, Spinoza, Montesquieu, Voltaire, and Adam Smith, who really lays the foundation for modern capitalism. So in your reading this week, make sure that you sort of grasp the notions of what the Enlightenment is all about. Now, that's in the textbook. The other reading that you're going to look at is The Science of Liberty. And the author there, Ferris, really argues that science is the formulative enzyme that's really created the modern world. It's the scientific revolution, he says, that's the foundation of liberty. And that is a fundamental shift in the way humans interact with the universe, because previously, before science, the idea essentially was authority. Tradition essentially dictated what you could do and what you could not do, dictated how the world was and how it was not. In the scientific revolution, the operating principle shifts from authority to observation, to evidence, to experimentation, to the scientific method. So we'll also be listening to a lecture about that and seeing maybe a short video clip. So in the Enlightenment this week, think about the notion, the underlying fundamental notion of progress, and how science leads to progress and liberty. Thanks.